Hey, it's been a little bit. I just haven't had anything I wanted to talk about. So, I do now. As you can see, this is going to be a review of the movie Parasite. I'm playing with Play-Doh during this review because I don't know how to do things. Um, but I decided I wanted to talk about Parasite. I've seen this movie 3 or 4 times now. Probably more, honestly. I love this movie. Loved it ever since I saw it, but I decided I wanted to do it because I've been going through Letterboxd. If you don't know what Letterboxd is, it's like a movie tracking slash rating app. And I've been going through and I've kind of been trying to watch movies based off of their top 250. Their, IMDb has a top 250, Rotten Tomatoes has like top 100. And yeah, so I'm going off their top 250 and I want to start watching and then reviewing hopefully all of their movies in their top 250. And so today I'm going to be doing their number one movie, Parasite. Um, I've seen Parasite many times ever since I first saw it in January, I believe. I did not get to see it in theaters, sadly, but I was able to rent and buy and um, stream it a couple times, and I love this movie. It is so. If you don't know, Parasite is directed by Bong Joon Ho, director of Snowpiercer, Okja, Memories of Murder, many classic, great films. And stars Kang Ho Song, Woo Sik Choi, Sodam Park, and Haijin Zhang, along with a couple other cast members. And Parasite follows the Kim family, a poor family living in a half basement in a commercial district of Seoul, South Korea. And it follows the Kim family as they scheme and hustle kind of their way into working for an extremely rich family, the Park family. This film is about many things, but it's about class warfare, hope, and hopelessness, and ultimately it's about what the lower class can be willing to do to serve the 1% and just be the one in their favor. And this film was nominated for 6 Oscars in 2019. It was nominated for Best Picture, Best Director, Best Original Screenplay, Best International Feature, Best Production Design, Best Film Editing, and it won all of them except for Production Design and Film Editing. So it won 4 out of the 6 Oscars, which is amazing. Um, this is a masterpiece. For me, it's not my greatest film of all time. It's probably in my top 20, maybe top 10. This is a brilliant film. I think every aspect of this film is just pure perfection. It's the writing, the performances, direction, editing, production design. It's perfection. I This film is something that transcends the idea of genre. You know, I have a hard time describing this film, kind of, because it's at times it's a drama, at times it's a comedy, at times it's a horror film. I feel like there's not a genre it doesn't touch in some way or another. It's brilliant, and it uses this, and it also just doesn't feel messy. It's not like there's like a massive tonal shift. There is a tonal shift, but it's not jarring. It actually fits very well within the film. It's a film that feels both personal and small scale. You relate to the Kim family. You know, I mean, I did. You're able to see their struggles and what their goals are and what they want to do and become. But then it also, you can feel this on a on an epic and worldwide scale. This is not just a South Korean issue. I mean, poverty is a thing that all civilizations, modern civilizations, feel. I mean, there is class warfare, and I mean, you'd be ignorant not to see that. Um, the way that Bong Joon Ho uses something small as camera angles is just so masterfully and brilliant. I mean, Bong Joon Ho directs the hell out of this movie. This is, I think, one of the best directed films I've ever seen. Like, once again, I feel like everything I've seen, like I could say about this movie, is like one of the best blank ever. It is so well made, and the production design. It's just like I think about the house the Park family house is. I think about this constantly. Even the Kim's sub basement. I mean, it's a film that takes place in a handful of locations. Most scenes take place either in the Kim sub half basement or in the Park family mansion. Basically, it's a very large house and it's very, very beautiful. It's something that's stuck in my mind, and it's just the way that I love the way that Bong Joon Ho uses his camera angles in the sense of the Park family. When you look at them, oftentimes you're looking up at them, and everyone looks up to them. And when you're looking at the Kim family, you're also looking down on them. And the film is trying to say something, obviously, about how we view our classes. And, I think this film is ultimately what it's about is what are you willing to do to serve the 1%. I said this earlier, but I don't want to get into spoilers because if you haven't seen this movie, please seek this out. I don't want to spoil anything. It's brilliant. Don't let the subtitles scare you. It's this. I have something actually about that in a second, but it's just brilliant. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. But so I'll get into the subtitles, I guess. I was talking about this movie with my mom. We were watching a couple of film essays because I make my mom watch film essays because, yeah. And we were watching one. I forgot exactly who said it, but someone mentioned the reason why Parasite won its Oscar and the reason why it's so universally loved is because it speaks film. It does not speak. It's not an English film. It's not a Korean language film. It speaks the language of film. If you've seen movies, you can tell the story and you can understand by just how the characters act and move, how the camera moves up and down, how Bong Joon Ho positions his shots and his camera, his lighting. The lighting is brilliant in this movie. It's so. I mean, there's a scene very early on where there's a stone that is given to the Kim family as a gift, and the son, I always forget the names. Ki Woo is holding it, and he looks at it and says, "This is so metaphorical." And I feel like this is that the Parasite is so metaphorical because there's times like no matter who you are, will say who is the parasite, in this relationship. And I don't want to make arguments for you, so I want you to watch this movie, but there's arguments for both sides. Is the Park family parasitic towards the Kim family, or is the Kim family parasitic towards the Park family? This is a masterclass in writing, editing. The editing, there's a montage in this film which is, I think, the greatest montage of all time. The music, I love the music in the score. The score is just so brilliant. The action, directing, it's just a perfect film. And I'm going to be covering a lot of just perfect, great films. I don't have any problems with this movie. Some people like this movie more than me, and there are a lot of movies that I like more than this. But they're all just, like, more personal. Like, I personally have a more attachment to some other movies. But on a pure, technical... Even, like, I do have a lot of emotional attachment to this movie. On a pure technical thing, it's a perfect film. I give this film a 10 out of 10. 5 out of 5, A+, whatever you want to give. Some of you know I have a Criterion collection. It's just it's kind of a thing on the Criterion collection, which is a popular thing of film. I ranked this 45 out of currently 235 films in the Criterion collection. It's brilliant. I love this film. It's perfect. I love this film. It's so great. And yeah, so tomorrow or whenever I decide to write and record, I'll have a review of the film Come and See. It's a Russian war film that it's a hard recommendation, but it's very good, and I will talk more about that film soon. Okay, I'm not gonna give a day. Um, but yeah, that's all I have on Parasite. I hope you enjoyed this review. I hope you watch some more, continue watching, subscribe. I'll do all the YouTube stuff, and see you in the next video.